Welcome back in, everyone, to Media Day here at the 2024 Division I Women's ITA Team National Indoor Championships. Alex Gruskin here. We are joined by the entire Virginia coaching staff. That's right, we're mixing things up here. I'll start first with you, Coach Sara O'Leary. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us. We are missing Carlos Bonatsky.
Yeah, this is
missing
true.
One.
I forgot that we're now in the full three era. Yeah, so that's a very good point. I should have mentioned that. And I've been... Do I call you Gina? Peachy? I don't know if we're there yet. We've had the formal handshake. So, again, I don't know what...
You can call me Peachy.
Okay, well, Coach Peachy, welcome to our broadcast. It's great to get the chance to chat with both of you. Let's just start big picture. To be back at this National Indoor Tournament, obviously a place you guys have been quite frequently of late. Coach O'Leary, what does it mean for you guys to be back here this early in the season?
We're excited. It's always a privilege to be here. And, this is a tournament that we look forward to and we really prepare for kickoff because, we definitely want to be here. There's so many great teams and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Coach Suarez-Malaguti, also known as Peachy.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, again, I figured I'd throw it all at you. I'm curious, in a weekend like this, I know your team has already traveled to Michigan, obviously, and you played a kickoff weekend. You've had some matches already, but what are you hoping to see from your group in a weekend like this early in the year?
Mm-hmm. I think this team is very different to last year. And so I think to see them compete and really own, the fact that we're here and just, I think just every team here has earned the right in, you can learn so much from these moments, and I think just to see kind of like what these matches bring out of them is so important, and it's so, you learn a lot from them. So we can only honestly grow from here. I'm excited to see how they battle and how they compete and how they bounce back. So.
Well, it's so fascinating to hear you talk about this being a different group, because certainly name-wise, it's a lot of familiar faces, right? And college tennis fans will know the Ziadatos, the Shakes, the Collards of the world, Subash. It's her fifth year as well. That said, to your point, and to you, Coach O'Leary, it feels like this team, it's the same faces, but they're all kind of in new places to start this season. Does that make sense? Is that something you have felt as well early?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And we've talked a lot about using the experience that we've gained over the past 3, 4, 5 years to our advantage. And, you really see it with the professionalism that they're showing day in and day out and really controlling the controllables. So we're definitely... That is something we've been talking about, and we're excited to use our experience this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Does it change how you two coach this group? We'll start with you. Just in general, knowing you have returners, right? It's not entirely new pieces. They've heard the messages from you both before. Does that change how you have to communicate those messages this season? Has it been a different start for you?
I think it just individually, it does change just because they've grown as people, they've grown as players. And so the standards are a little bit different. You are holding them to higher standards that most of the time, like, it's set by them, and so they're hungry. So, you look at Hiba Sheikh, it's just a completely different, mentality, and she's hungry. And so just making sure that you keep her, from derailing from her own goals that she sets for herself, and just, being an ally and just helping her, stay on course.
Yeah, no, and I think that speaks to the results we have seen from your team, not just this spring, but this fall as well. I am curious, obviously, as we look towards this weekend, it's early in the season. Everyone's going to play around with their doubles lineup, but you guys in particular, you broke up's a little strong of a term here, but you had a team in the fall obviously playing some extraordinary tennis, and if my memory served me correct, you've split them up thus far in the dual match season. Might we see them come back together here this weekend? What have your thoughts been doubles-wise in the lineup you see, given continuity, but again, same faces, seems like they're in new places?
Yeah, there's so much that goes into making a doubles team in terms of their playing style and their personality. And we just felt like, also Elaine didn't play in the fall.
Yeah, sure.
So we, tried her with some different people when we started in the spring. And I feel like she and Melody have a great thing going. They have great energy, and really their games complement each other really well. So that's what we're going with as of now. We have a lot of confidence in the lineup that we've put out. But obviously, things could change throughout the season, and like you said, it's early, but we're really confident in the teams that we have out there right now.
Yeah, no, again, it feels like that's the theme, and I'm curious to both of you, just this season more broadly, as I look at the 16 teams here this week, and obviously you win 4 national indoors in a row, you bring back the starters, they are North Carolina's North Carolina, but it feels like the depth the parity this year. We've already seen it through the first few weekends. That is going to be a theme of the season. I'm curious if both of you also feel that way as we look more broadly at the college landscape.
You're talking about like just
the depth, yeah, just like how your team compares to the field, right? It feels like every team comes into this season thinking we're a top 8 team.
Yeah.
And like, again, I've seen your roster. Like, you guys have what is traditionally a top 8 roster. It's just feels like there's 19 of those in the country.
Yeah. And I think, obviously in winter break conversations of like kind of what are we thinking lineup wise, I think this is, having the deep teams is what makes it more fun because anything can happen.
Yeah.
And so it's just a matter of who, who's ready. And, but early right now in the season, like anything can switch. And I think it really does make for the dual matches even more fun because it can come down to any spot. And any spot's going to be a war. So.
How does that make you feel, Coach O'Leary, knowing that everything's going to be a war? Imagine that rises the stress levels just a hair.
Yeah, I mean, but a little bit, but it is so exciting, and I think these deep teams, like, they just keep making each other better. I think you look at some of these players that are coming out of college tennis now with Emma and with Peyton and Diana, and I think these teams just keep challenging each other. And look at Fiona, what she's done, and I'm sure she's going to go on and have a great professional career after this. But I think these teams are really challenging each other and making each other better, and I think that that's just the best thing for the sport of tennis.
Yeah. So. No, it feels like we're in a really healthy spot. Well, my last question for both of you, and Coach O'Leary, you and I were discussing this off mic beforehand, but your former player who was competing at this national indoor event 2 years ago in Madison, Emma Navaro, she's now top 25 in the world. She's a WTA tour level champion. I'm not going to say did you see top 25 level in her because she won NCAAs as a freshman. It takes a special talent to do that. But did you expect it to happen so quickly? I mean, it's remarkable how quickly that success has come.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, to say that it would happen this quickly is a pleasant surprise, but for it to happen, it's not. I think, honestly, having worked with Emma so closely, like, that kind of work ethic doesn't compare. I've never seen anything like it that. It's day in and day out. There wasn't a single day where it was like, we got to push a little harder. Hey, we got to do an extra on this or whatever it may be. Their work ethic is unmatched. And I think that's something that really sets her apart. She really just pushes herself every single day like it's your last day on the court. And it's just, it's very rare, and very special. So, no, I'm not surprised. So...
Yeah, it's the speed again. I got to see her in person in Midland, and I was like, you're just like, what is this? It's so impressive, and obviously that speaks to the developing you two did when she was in Charlottesville. It speaks to where we're at right now in college tennis, and again, hopefully we'll see more and more Emma Navaros of the world moving forward. In the meantime, though, we get to enjoy the college level this week and get to enjoy the National Indoor Championships. Always made better when Virginia is part of the mix. So thank you both for taking the time to chat, and good luck to the Hoos this weekend.
Thank you, and thank you for having us, and thank you for everything you're doing. We really appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.